Power rankings, week 8. Honorable mention for me goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they'd be on this list if they were healthy and had Big Ben in there. So they're an honorable mention. But at number 10, kicking us off, the Atlanta Falcons. Kind of starting to trend downwards. Their offense is still explosive, lighting people up. Dynamic duo in the backfield, Julio Jones still tearing it up. I just don't know if I see them as a legitimate team in this league that can, contend. But still at number 10, trending a little downwards, Atlanta.
I don't hate that. I think that's fine. I have them a little bit higher, but dumb coaching. My number 10 team is the Packers, and it hurts for me to put them in there, but they're winning. I mean, they've lost twice or whatever. They're not beating good teams. They're not winning impressively. Aaron Rodgers is still just above okay.
My number 10 is the Chiefs. I have the Chiefs in there.
It's a little low for me.
That's low for you, huh? Well, your team might not be in there either. So anyway,
The 5-2
I'll come back.
Raiders, the second best record in the league, tied for the second best record in the league, aren't in your top 10.
I'll come back. I have the Chiefs. I have the Chiefs at the 9 spot, just because of what I said, inconsistency. If that game was in New Orleans last week, I think they probably would have lost. But good at home, not great on the road. So Chiefs at 9 for me.
Okay, I'm with the Eagles at number 9. Still kind of hanging around. I think that their defense can make things happen, and then Carson Wentz is just a wild card. They need to figure out their running game. It's just a weird scene with the 4 running backs back there: Barner, Matthews, Sproles, and Smallwood. But yeah, number 9, I think they can make things happen. Their special teams has played really well this year as well.
Sproles is awesome.
With Huff and Smallwood and Sproles. So yeah.
Sproles
number 9 for me is the Falcons. I think they're going to fall out of probably the top 10 if they lose another game. But anyhow, that's my number 9. What's your 8, Peter?
My number 8 is the Falcons for similar reasons. I mean, I think we all kind of will move past that because we all know about the Falcons.
Green Bay at number 8 on the shoulders of Aaron Rodgers, who's starting to bounce back.
I also have
not really bouncing back, playing the Bears. The Bears with
number 8
hand.
Packers. I agree with Nathaniel. Kinda. Number 7, Peter.
I have the Eagles at 7. A great win against the best team in the NFL last week. The Vikings played awful, and so did the Eagles, but the Eagles won. The Vikings
which
had
for
2.
a reason is why they're not even in my list.
So the Eagles aren't even in your top 10?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Who supplanted the Eagles? Well, I guess we'll see. Continue, Peter.
All right.
Chiefs.
Carson Wentz is a winner. He's a gamer. That defensive line played really well. They just out-schemed a great team. They scored 21 points with a kickoff return and a bunch of weird stuff.
Yep.
But just so the Eagles, based on their record and they're, a half game behind the Cowboys?
I believe so.
They make the playoffs right now. So that puts them in the top 7 for me. Eagles at 7.
Sweet. This is me at 7. The Denver Broncos, sorry. Coming off a pretty solid win at home against kind of an inconsistent team with a bad quarterback. A little banged up. I don't know. The Broncos just aren't anything special to me, especially on offense. I don't see them dueling out some of the top teams here, such as in New England. But, it's 7. Solid. Playing well. Can't knock them too much.
My number 7 is the Cardinals. I still have
What?
That's a jump.
Okay.
They're 6 points.
I gotta ride my wave.
They're only...
Ride my own wave.
That was almost a loss. That was a home tie.
It
If it's a division
practically
team, that was
is
a
a
loss.
loss. That's terrible, I know. And it's bad because they play Seattle at home. Okay, what's your 6?
My 6 is the Broncos. I put them a little higher. The thing is, if Kubiak is there in that Thursday night game, I think they probably win that game.
That's fair.
And then they have one loss to a Falcon team that I think that was maybe an aberration. Their defense is awesome. I still don't think they miss Ware. It doesn't matter. He's old and broken. So Broncos at 6.
I wouldn't quite call it an aberration. I think the Falcons thoroughly dismantled them in that game.
But that happens in the NFL.
Sure. I mean, look at the Patriots getting shut out. At 6 for me, got a run on AFC West teams here. The Raiders at number 6, they're ahead of the Broncos in the standings. I think their offense is much more potent, and I think their defense is starting to put it together. Granted, it's against a bad Jaguars team, but trending upwards, and I don't know if that's necessarily the case for the Broncos, who I think are the Broncos, who are kind of stagnant right now. I'm taking Derek Carr and the Raiders at number 6.
Number 6 is the Steelers. I know you guys said because
What?
Big Ben's out, but they have a bye week this week. Is that correct?
Yes, they are on a bye.
so it's irrelevant. They're my number 6.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't
mean,
think
they
that's-
have potential to be a top 5 team.
He's
I
gonna
think
be
they're just
back in
banged
what, a
up.
week and a half? He'll
No,
be back.
they said, what did they say, 2 to 6 weeks or something like that?
No, he'll be back. He said he would have played this last week if it was a playoff game.
Okay, but it's
But he'll be
not.
back.
And,
I think they're still too good. I think
Anyways.
their offense is good.
all right, so
Moving along,
that's-
number 5.
For me, number 5 is the Oakland Raiders at number 5.
Over
Now,
the Broncos.
they've beaten the Saints, the Titans, the Ravens, the Chargers,
And the
the
Jags.
Jags. Not Murderers Row, but 4 of those games are on the road. And you win 4 games on the road in the NFL. You're doing something right. I'm not saying they're going to stay up there, but give me the Raiders at 5.
Sweet. For me, it's my 3rd AFC West team in a row, the Chiefs.
You have the Chiefs.
I have the Chiefs at number 5, and I think the reason why is because
They hate the Raiders.
they scare me. I mean, I think they scare me more than the Broncos right now. We always lose to them. We lost them earlier this year in a really porous game. It was raining, kind of a weird game, but they took us apart. Chiefs at 5. I think they have more potential than the Broncos, and I think they're a little more consistent than the Raiders. Why I say more potential is that mean more potential on offense with the running game.
He's
Well,
relevant. All right, my
Cindy-
number
Cindy
5
looks
is
pretty
the
good.
Cowboys.
The Cowboys?
Cowboys.
All right,
That's
Yeah.
fine.
that's it.
That's it.
Do you want me to elaborate?
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
tell
you
us.
can-
I think,
Let us
I think
hear
they're
about the
doing
Cowboys.
really well. I think as long as they can keep Romo out of the quarterback position, they're going to be doing great.
Oh, you lost me, Peter.
You wanted to know why?
It's okay.
I have
So
the Cowboys at 4 because it's just my turn, and we'll go to Cowboys 4. That O line is awesome. They're not asking Dak to do anything. He is Charlie check down times 5. He doesn't throw the ball down the field because they don't need to. Their offense, they control the ball. Their defense is fresh. They're flying around, causing turnovers.
Offensive line.
Number
like,
4,
runs,
Cowboys at
yeah.
4. They have 1 loss, and they shouldn't have lost that game either. So Cowboys at 4.
3rd Cowboys in a row. The Cowboys are at 4 for me as well. Kind of the same things he touched on. They take care of the ball. Their offensive line is the best in football by far. Ezekiel Elliott's playing well, but I mean Darren McFadden played well in that system too. Not taking anything away from Zeke, he really has been a great running back.
Absolutely.
Probably the best rookie running back I've seen in a long, long time. Dallas at 4.
Cool.
Seahawks at 4 for me.
Wow,
They moved
I'm
up to
impressed.
4
Yeah,
spots
there you go.
after
Hey,
an
they're-
almost
they're-
lost.
They're a rubbish
You
four,
don't make sense to me.
but there they
Makes no
are.
sense.
Okay.
They have an awesome,
Like,
a really
listen-
impressive win against the Falcons.
I want to hear him
and then-
say something nice about
Yeah.
Seattle. Say
I
something.
think that they beat a team that the Broncos would also have beaten. So I'm not going to say
That
something
has-
nice about.
That
They did.
doesn't
They-
mean anything.
They beat the Falcons.
Yeah. The,
he was
the
talking about
team-
the
the
Broncos should have beaten them.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
They lost by 10.
Yeah.
Which should have been more,
Should've been
excluding
more.
a late score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyhow,
At
that's my
3,
four.
my Minnesota Vikings.
Wow.
They
I'm
dropped
actually a little-
They dropped 2 spots from the number 1. I think the injuries are really starting to catch up with them. That offensive line doesn't know what they're doing. They don't know who's coming and going. They turned the ball over. They had 4 turnovers. It's their first 4 turnovers of the season on offense. They did have one before, and that was when Sendejo picked off a pass and then fumbled it against the Packers. And then Sendejo was carted off the field, so that they're even getting injured on defense now. And I know Sendejo's
See,
not
I was gonna
awesome,
say, is he
but no, he's a guy who's in their
He's solid.
system. He knows how to play. But Vikings at 3.
Okay, I have Seattle at 3 as well. Yeah, solid team. Kind of a really ugly outing against Arizona. We touched on that a little bit earlier. But they're still the 3rd best team in football. Great coach, really solid defense, as was shown. And I think they'll start to get it rolling. Hopefully on offense, they really need to do something about that offense.
You
That's what's holding
are
back.
wrong. The Broncos are number 3. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because they have the best corner duo in the NFL.
Maybe corner trio. Bradley Roby's a really
Yes,
solid
corner
option.
trio.
I'm with you there, but
They have a great defense, and
show
their
some love to your
defense
corners.
won championships, and it may win another one.
Championships, plural.
Championship.
I recall you guys losing to Seattle in a championship.
You said
I know.
AFC champion.
Hey,
I'm just
this defense, this setup. Anyhow, That's my 3.
Really?
Yes.
Can't you? I mean,
I know it doesn't make sense to me either.
I mean, we go the other way, where we
Remember-
drop our team lower than they probably should be. He
I
goes.
did.
He
They
goes-
should have been at 2.
Raiders aren't even in the top 10.
You're right, because they're rubbish.
4 road
They're-
wins.
David,
Yes.
time out. My time. The Raiders are ahead of the Broncos
Yeah, by
in
default.
the division.
In
And
the
you don't
division.
even have them in the top 10, and you have the Broncos
Correct.
at 3.
Yes, that is correct.
And the team you lost to, the Falcons, and the Chargers. Okay, we beat the Chargers. You lost to the Chargers.
Yes, I agree.
Also, we played the Falcons up and up. We probably should have won that game. There was a few calls that were called back. No, there was a touchdown call back.
Raiders.
We played a much tougher game against the Falcons than you guys did. That is
Anyhow,
blasphemy.
Okay.
remember it. Just remember it.
To me, see, okay, but that doesn't make any sense. But that's okay. That's why we love you. Just lean into the nonsense. Seahawks at 2. Seahawks, they don't lose when they should.
Oh,
They
gosh.
played atrocious on offense, but that defense is ridiculous.
Some people call it lucky, but they
Whatever,
hang
luck.
in games.
The Broncos were lucky last year too, I guess, or whatever people say. Raiders fans say that, and Chris says that because the refs are Bronco
The
lovers.
Stars, they've aligned.
They've aligned.
They aligned all
Tim
correctly.
Tebow, the Stars,
You're the Bronco.
Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell,
Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning falling down.
whatever. It's all. But give me the Seahawks
If you-
because they
he-
just
he
they
chopped
just-
his-
even
he
though they
chopped
should have
his
won
knee.
that game. They should have won that game. Hauschka, Blair Walsh.
I was gonna say
That's all
they
you can say.
won against Minnesota. We
Yeah.
probably shouldn't have
Well,
last year.
well,
Speaking of Minnesota, they're my number 2. It was a really ugly game. The injuries might start
Ugh.
catching up with Minnesota. I mean,
we have
they're-
Chicago, then Detroit.
Oh, that's
Oh,
helpful.
that's nice.
That's helpful. They're still the number 2 team. They played really solid football up until this last week. As long as they can take care of the ball, kind of that
Yeah.
Dallas syndrome. If they take care of the ball, they're going to win football games. Their defense is so good. So Minnesota at 2, trending a little downwards. We'll see. We'll see.
My 2 is the Vikings as well. I think they're still pretty solid. You know, you guys had a chance to win that game, like with all those turnovers.
Yeah.
You guys after the 3rd turnover, you still probably could have won that game. But anyhow, yeah, they're my number 2.
All right, and I think it's a
Unanimous.
The Patriots, they're just better.
Let's throw some
they're
love the
better than-
Patriots way. They're the best
better
team in the
than
league.
Everyone.
Yes.
They have the best coach. They have the
By
best
far.
quarterback. They have the best tight end.
Zzz.
Maybe plural tight end. Zzz.
That tight
No,
double
I love
tight end set
Nathaniel
is
Alfred
scary.
Nate Bennett
It's scary.
for
Alshon.
Alshon
That is
Jeffries.
a fair trade.
No, it is. And I was like, I just need a wide receiver depth. And his answer to me was, he's been terrible. And then my message back to him was, then why do you want him?
Because I need to see that.
it's so
Because I have so many people in the
There
highway.
was
That's so
nothing.
true.
There was nothing.
That's
But
how Nathaniel
let's just-
Chess trades.
That is not.
It
A,
is.
that is a
It's
fair
not.
trade.
It's fine.
That is a fair
I just.
trade.
Tight ends were terrible in
Alright,
fantasy.
you can all agree that the Patriots are
Yeah.
number 1.
New England's best team in the
Yeah,
league,
that
best
is-
coach in the league,
that
best
is our
quarterback in
power
the league.
rankings.
Yeah.